And welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you guys this new device, the MagaBox. Why? I don't know why they call it the MagaBox, but 50% of the country is gonna be like, nope, don't want it. The other 50 is gonna be like, take my money. So yeah, here's the box. It feels okay. A little metal. Doesn't feel cheap. Doesn't feel premium either, just like right about in the middle. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys all the specs, the rundown, full review. It's gonna be a quick one, not gonna be too detailed on it. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys are interested in this one, shoot me an email, rohasentertainment@gmail.com. My information's always in the description below, and I will leave links for you guys to get this one. So first things first, you do get a TF card slot, USB 3.0, USB 2.0, and a reset button. Here you do get your DC for power, your landline, HDMI, AV, and optical, and then your IR. Works pretty good. The remote that you do get is going to have one of these guys, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this in now. You do get a basic HDMI cable, a power supply. You do get a user guide here, and then this funky remote. Yeah, it's interesting how it is. And the reason for that is because it has a keyboard back there. So real quick, as we're looking through the keyboard, everything here works pretty good. If you want to hit uppercase, you have to come down here toward the bottom where it says caps. And when you click on that, if you click it once, it stays caps on. So if you're just like, well, I'm going to type in my password, capital P ASS, is going to capitalize everything. You have to click it once, click in the letter, click it again, and then everything goes back to lowercase. You guys see all that blue right here where it says Alt? You click that once, and then it gives you access to all that blue. Click it again, and then it's going to revert back to the other one. So keep that in mind when you are doing it. There is also right here, this one is your mouse. This one is not your mouse. That's going to be just buttons that you could program, or buttons that will be for the apps. But this one, that's your mouse. So that's going to be very useful later. Here's the remote. I'll let you guys go ahead and pause the video if you need to. So it has tons of options: reverse, play, pause, home button, page up, down. The microphone on this thing actually works. So okay, stop rambling and let's plug this in. Now, I did have issues with the Wi-Fi on this thing, and before I actually plug in my Ethernet cable, I'm going to show you guys exactly what that issue was. So here we go. Here's the device, and there you go. So first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to settings. The other thing is sometimes this remote doesn't work for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know why. So I'm going to click on a random person's Wi-Fi here, and I'm going to show you guys this. When I hit, oh, and then yeah, there it goes. It's not working again. You can see I'm pressing it. You can see the little red light up here. I'm pressing it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So if I hit enter or OK over here, it goes down to like hide password. If I hit it again, it goes hide, unhide. So as you can see, this keyboard here doesn't work. I have to use the keyboard on the remote. So let's just say I am typing in, remember I got to go caps P and then caps again for all the lowercase stuff. If I do hit password, obviously that's not my password, but for those of you guys who do, when you type it in, and let's just say I'm coming here to hit enter, it won't work. It's just going to come down and it's going to say hide password for whatever reason. I actually have to use this mouse. I'm going to click it once, and there it is. Now I could actually do this. And I'm going to go here to hit enter, and I have to hit OK on the remote. Now it works. That's the only way you can get this thing to work. For whatever reason, that keyboard is totally glitched. So yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. The other thing is sometimes the Wi-Fi works, sometimes it doesn't. I tried plugging mine in and it didn't do it, so I'm going to use an Ethernet cable. Now with these devices, I always recommend hardwiring it anyway, because that's the way you're going to want to do it. Now I do have a wireless receiver that's directed from the internet here, the router, the modem, and then I hardwire it like that. So for me, it's easier and it gives me a better signal. So some of the apps that you get, I got IDA64, but you do get the App Store, Device Info, Google, the Play Store, wallpapers, local update, Miracast receiver gallery, and TV ROM updater. Now, the App Store, this is important here. You're going to get a little disclaimer that says we're not in charge of whatever, but they're the ones that put the store together. So if you hit any of these apps, whatever it is, if you're like, hey, I want to get YouTube, if you click on it, it's going to start downloading it. It doesn't ask you, are you sure? It doesn't ask you if you want to download it. It just starts to download. Notice how the down button is gray on the top right corner of that box. When it's done downloading, it's going to turn into a little green check mark. So for them, they have tons of stuff here. So let me hide my face here. These are the apps that you get. Pause the video if you need to. I'm going to come down just a little bit. There's more apps right here. Pause the video if you need to. So that's what you get when it comes to the apps. Now, these apps here on the home screen won't work until you download them off of their app store. So just keep that in mind. IDA64. Let's check this out. IDA64. Now, this box is advertised at 32 gigs of internal storage. You're left with about 25. It does have 4 gigs of RAM. The CPU, it is using a all-winner chipset H313, and then also a H616. Pretty popular with some of these devices. They pretty much are using the exact same thing. ARM Cortex, it's a quad-core A53. When it comes to the display, natively, it's going to push at 1920 at 1080p, Mali G31. It's almost identical with everything that these guys are doing with all these type of devices. Now, I am using IDA64. That's why you guys saw the little commercial up there. This is Android 10. The device is rooted. As far as your codecs goes, this is like the most important thing. You're going to see decoder and encoder of C2 and OMX. They look like they're duplicates or quadruplets, but they are individual ones. So for audio, you have LATM, 3GPP, MRWB, Flock, ALA, MLA, MPEG, Opus, RAW, and Vorbis. They have a lot of good options there. And then for video, it's going to be almost, I think it's all winner for the most part. So you got HEVC, H263, H264, VP8, VP9, AVC, 3GPP, MP4 VES, tons of VP8s, VP9. So it should cover everything. It's missing for me the Dolby stuff, the surround stuff. It has all the codecs for it to run properly and for it to pull all the right information. So yeah, just keep all that in mind when you guys are messing with this thing. As far as YouTube goes, and I'm always interested to see how well everything works. If you go to my channel, Rohas Travels, you can see I have tons of videos here. Was in Cabo, and this is a 4K video. So first thing I like to do right when it starts is I like to come up here to the top and go over to settings. Now, of course, this is a 4K video and it's pulling up as 1080p. So the max resolution is going to pull it at 2K for whatever reason. And I know this is a 4K video, so why is it pulling up at 2K? That's what I want to know. So yeah, but you can see every time I record my stuff, it's gonna look amazing. It looks really good right here, even at 2K. 1080p looked really good too. Obviously, the bigger resolution screen, then you're probably gonna see more pixelated, or you'll see more of the stuff here. But for me, it looks pretty good. No buffering issues or nothing. I'm hardwired, so it better not give me any buffer issues. Yeah. Okay. Down here at the bottom, you do have your web browser. You do have your files here if you download anything. Here's your fast.com if you want to test your speed. If you want to uninstall apps, this is where you go. Here you could add more apps at the bottom. If you hit plus, then you could add whatever you want. The only thing I haven't figured out is how to delete an app right there. There is a delete button on the remote, but that does nothing. So yeah, so I'm not sure how to get rid of that one. So it would be nice if I could actually, the only way I could think of is if I uninstall it and then it's just a blank app there. So yeah. Okay. Last thing, settings. If you come here, go all the way down to device preferences. There's tons of options there for apps and everything. If you go to About, and if you want to get developer options, come all the way down to Build, hit it like, I think it's like 7 times, but I'll hit it until it says you're a developer. And then if you hit the back button, it'll say right here at the bottom, developer options. If you don't know what this is, if you're not sure how to work with this thing, just leave it alone. You could download apps anyway without it. If you do go to About though, and you go to system update right here at the very, very top, that's where you could get your updates if you need it. If the device is working fine, leave it alone. If it's having issues, reach out to whoever you got it from and ask if there's an update. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. There's one more thing in this remote that I forgot to mention that is pretty cool. I know with the mouse right there, right above it is a little light switch. If you click on that, there you go, it turns on. So there's a remote right there, and there's the remote right there. It's kind of cool how it does that. So if I'm holding it like this, I actually could see the lights. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see it. And then if I turn it on around the other way around, then it's going to be on the other side. So yeah, pretty neat, pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of cool things with this device, and this device works really well. My biggest thing, as you can see, is it shows, it doesn't show 4K for YouTube. So maybe the app might not even be 4K, might be just a standard mobile app, I think is what it could be. So even my mobile app does show that resolution, so it just could be the device. I might have to go to the preferences and then just up the quality up to 4K and see if it picks it up like that. But it's supposed to be it's supposed to read native to what the device is. So as you can see, it's a really good upscale. 1080p will read the 2K, and it should be able to read 4K codecs and give it to you probably in a very clean 2K screen. So yeah, keep that in mind. Let me know what you guys think. As always, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.